Hello. Welcome, Internet. Um, Normally, right now, you'd be watching Unveiled, which is much better than what you're about to watch because I am a DM today instead of Shiro being a DM today. So we are going to be playing our side game called Darkening Sky, and we'll get into it in a moment. First, everybody introduce yourselves, and what you can say. I don't know, yeah, like the character you're playing if you want. Okay, ready? Everyone on three. One, two, three.
All right.
Jim,
Hi, I'm Chris.
Jim
I'm
Jarman.
playing
I'm
Drury.
Andy.
Okay, Dakota, go
Nice.
first.
Yeah, so hey, I'm Dakota Orshiro. I'm playing Wall, which is a Warforged. That's what we got. Wall.
Wall?
Wall.
And Dragons, you're not actually playing Banger.
I'm fixing it right now.
All right.
Hey, there we go. Hi, Internet. I changed my name and I am now Poppy, the elderly halfling artificer who's just slightly crazy.
Mr. Juice, for whom do you play today?
Change my thing. I'm playing Scratch, but it says I'm playing Cirrus. I don't know how to fix that.
I like
It's
Scratch.
fine.
Yeah. Scratch is a paladin.
I should grab my dice.
He's a
I
kobold.
should do that.
He hates magic. Chris, intro.
I'm playing a human, an old man human named Drury.
And in the Darkening Sky, there are count them, three teams, because we never know if we're going to finish one of my elaborated one-shots or not. So there is a kind of a stable of teams from which we can choose in case we don't have enough people to continue next time we actually get a chance to play this. So this is the team for this, and this is basically our third team, which is a C team, except Josh is using his A team character like B.A. Baracus or Hannibal. And this also makes it so in case one of our characters dies, because this world is very bleak, there is a fallback. Instead of calling this the C team, I think we should call this team Oldie, because we have two old men in it.
I guess technically my character's old.
Yeah,
I love
three
that.
old men. Three old men. Okay, so just a reminder of some of the homebrew elements. Nat ones always still fail, but in failing, I give you some extra insight because, I like to learn from mistakes. This one we haven't actually been doing, but it's going to become pretty important this time. So I'm going to be keeping track of spell levels that are cumulatively and communally used during this adventure, as well as natural 20s, because if we reach a certain limit of powerful things occurring, something bad will happen. Or in this case, in this adventure, something quite good. And at least for a while, we're still doing the same thing Shiro does for crits. You can either do max damage plus a die, or try something cool and run it past me.
Are we
Any
doing
questions?
initiative things as well from
You know what? If you guys want to do that, then totally. I love that. So if
I
you
don't
want,
I don't actually think anybody has made use of it and
Yeah.
unveiled yet.
so if you do want to forego your space in initiative to do a combo move with somebody else, you may do that. Just announce that you are going to ride on somebody else's turn. As always, this world is gray, desolate, dark, and dangerous, and each day the light of the sun diminishes a bit by bit. The landscape of the earth is scarred with remnants of the ruin long ago, and the only known haven for survivors so far has been a perfectly hollow dome set up under a mountain range where once a mighty city's proudest wizard spire lays snapped. About 5,000 people eke out a civilization based on societal transparency, strict job roles, mutual cooperation, constant vigilance, and above all, furtiveness. The name of the town is The Blind, and if it's compromised, all that remain are gone. Our protagonists once hailed from the Blind, but unlike the scavenger teams they sought to join, they have a brand new job role, one that will hopefully move this age from the darkening sky to one of hope. Let's get you up
Wow.
to speed.
That was really good. Could we do it again could you just do like more of a Tim Curry thing?
Yes, I don't think I can, but I can do this.
Yeah,
All right.
That's pretty. That's
More
pretty.
of a Sean Connery.
Big. What do we
Yeah,
think,
This is Sean
everybody?
Connery. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of blitz past this because I just want to keep us up to speed about where we are. Our first team, Team A, started off on their scavenger training mission on an off to visit temple. Already picked clean of usable objects only to free the god War and to be beset upon by a horde of corrupted, which is, as you recall, a vile affliction that seems to take over sentient and non-sentient organic hosts, and one of the chief worries of the blind. In their haste to escape and survive, they traveled through a magical doorway that appeared at twilight that housed the room and the capsule that once enclosed War, and then they collapsed the temple. Much to my shock and dismay, because I did not know what was happening.
Shatter.
And then they hurried through. The door took them to the Library of Mach, hidden on the largest moon, Luna. And after speaking with Mach, a genie and the protector of the astral sea, and learning that the sky darkens due to the lack of gods to keep the machine of the universe working, and that the ruin was chiefly due to attacks made on the gods by outside forces, they were spirited back to the blind with a wish spell, bringing them much needed supplies, but also intense scrutiny by the community. A meeting of all the councils and denizens of the blind was held, in which the team shared their knowledge of the existence of absent or imprisoned gods and the plane protecting genies. In turn, they were made aware of the scope of the losses in the blind and the awakening of the Warforged. Our Team B had just ventured to the underground and upside down city of Hume, along with its 9 large gateway doors and and the 7 league boots that they discovered in that, which were the means for fast travel across the globe. Members of the C team, which you see now, were present as well, thrown together due to tragedies amongst their scavenger teams, having lost most of their comrades to dragons, corrupted, and the vast unknown. The community of the blind at large agreed that the Warforged, who could now be conduits for the voices of the gods, and the returning members of the A, B, and C teams, and the means to travel were too important to ignore, but could also be too dangerous for the nearly 5,000 living souls there. So they decided to make an outpost colony on or near the opposite citadel in the underground city of Hume, where the traveling gateways stand. The blind would continue the mission of survival, and these extraordinary teams would follow their extraordinary circumstances and attempt to free the gods and create a united front against whatever the darkening sky, or whatever is darkening the sky and killing the world. That's where we're at now in the outpost. And now, can you guys roll initiative for me?
Yeah, but could you do that one or that whole thing again? But it's Jennifer Coolidge.
I don't know who that is. So yes, I'll have to look it up. I don't know the name.
I got a 9.
9.
9.
I got a 9.
Roll off.
Rollies.
I got a 10.
I got a 4 on the roll off.
I got a 1 on the rollies.
You gonna jump, cat?
Damn.
Okay.
What did Tony get?
Tony got 11. All right. So
I'm muted.
welcome.
11.
Right on. Welcome to the first ever world building downtime. This is where we start off every Darkening Sky episode. So I rolled for initiative because I've got questions for everybody. And we're going to go around in these questions, and you guys are going to build the world a little bit with me. Actually, for me. I've made some executive decisions about the outpost, like its location. It's on or near the citadel.
Shaped
And
like a dick.
that's up to you. And I have added some denizens to it. All of the Warforged are there. Tig is also there. And there's also one Weaver who's there, one of the Arachne. who helps Tig. Okay, so those are the only people I've populated, and other than that, I don't know anything about the outpost, and so you guys are going to tell me. Tony, question number one.
Yo.
The outpost is built on, above, or in the ruined citadel, which rests in the upside down and destroyed city of Hume. Where was it built and why?
Currently or before?
Right now.
Right now.
You guys are building the outpost. So it can either be above it, next to it, inside it. It just has to be near somehow to the gateway doors.
I'm gonna go with, let's go balls deep and say inside it.
Inside it. Okay, so the
Literally balls deep.
the delvers and builders of the blind hollowed out the inside of the citadel and reinforced it so you could actually be inside that, close to the lake below, mind you, but completely hidden from the world above. Okay. Was there any specific reason why they decided to use what was already there?
I think that being an artificer and understanding like construction of things and like what's most strong, like in the moment where he has his full mind and isn't, off on some crazy tangent, that being inside of that and creating that structure inside of something would just feel most safe to him and hopefully the group.
I really like the idea that Poppy was instrumental in in helping hollow this place out and make it
Yes.
built up. Okay.
No, don't do that.
Number 2, Josh.
Yes.
How is the outpost protected or obfuscated? If no protections exist, why?
It is protected by a retractable shell.
A retractable shell from like the underside?
Sure.
Since you're encased in the mountain?
It's an upside down turtle.
It's an upside down turtle. That actually makes a whole lot of sense because there's a lot of horrible things on and around the city of Hume that's hanging upside down that you guys are now attached to. Maybe this shell also helps anchor it to the roof in case things start getting looser.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Retractable shell.
It's retractable, so you could
Like,
eject.
do we just
It
have
needs
like
to.
all the Warforged like pulling chains on this bitch?
I like that idea a lot.
It's pretty cool.
I dig it.
Okay, so all of the Warforged work a retractable shell to let people in and out, and also have big ass chains. I love that. Okay, Shiro,
So good.
how does the outpost communicate with the blind?
Do you know how I want to? Do you know how I want to answer the question?
Of course. No, I
Yeah,
don't.
we light the fires, man. It's a chain of towers where we light bonfires back.
But it would be upside down underneath
Yeah, no.
through the city of Hume.
I think it's probably sending messengers. I think it's a lot of we're trying to forge paths that are safe, right? And that's a work in progress. So
So there's like runners, so maybe they use the same system of scouts that the blind does. Okay. Chris, how does the outpost get supplies from the blind, or does it even? Do you guys get your own supplies?
I'd imagine there's some self-sufficiency, but supplies I would feel would be just run back in the opposite direction of the messengers. Like they take messages to the blind and then supplies back.
You know, there are
I like that.
there are exhaust tubes in the blind that you guys have never had to explore, but you may in different adventures, depending on what adventures you choose, that are like gated and they run kilometers out from the blind so that people can smoke can go out there, but they're there's like tiny portcullises and whatnot, so that kind of infrastructure already exists if people want to use like the exhaust tubes basically and build off of them.
Interesting.
But then you guys might be getting smoke or something like that. That might not be cool.
I'm telling you, set the fires. Build the towers.
Tony,
Yo.
an easy one. Does the outpost have a name, or is it just referred to as the outpost?
Oh, you shouldn't have done that.
Please don't tell me its name is Butt Stuff.
You know,
Can we
I wasn't gonna.
Can we not do that?
I wasn't gonna.
I'm gonna overrule it.
Yeah, can we take a vote on that one?
I would not. I would not do such thing. Let's call it. Let's call it Camp Alpha.
Camp Alpha?
Camp Alpha.
Very, very Stargate. I like it.
Well, it is kind
I'm
of
a
like
huge-
Stargate. You guys
I'm
have
a huge
bunch of
Stargate fan.
Stargates.
There you go.
Me too.
I said okay and muted myself. Josh, I
happens.
got an interesting one for you. You ready?
We get another one?
Yeah,
Okay.
everyone gets two. The outpost.
It's what the better Spider-Man said.
Yes. The outpost must house the teams, the Warforged, and Tig and his assistant. Tig's very important because I don't know if you were there for it. Actually, I'm not quite sure.
I don't think I was.
He's the only one who can read and interpret Aquan, ancient Aquan poetry, and that seems to be the code that the gods use to obscure wartime messages. So he's the only one who can read it / hear it and understand it. But is there, other than those people, is there anyone else in the blind that you would pull over? Like, if so, who and why? Just like an overview, because it's pretty. The space is pretty big, but it's the way it's described right now. It's like probably one giant room with bunks, and then like maybe some facilities for privacy.
So there's Tig, Warforged, us.
Tig, Warforged, the teams, and Tig's assistant.
I'm the Weaver.
And you're asking us, would anybody else?
Yeah,
be
would
there?
you want to bring anybody else? Do you want to bring a contingent of builders? Or
How many Warforged are there?
there are
It was all of them, right? Like, what was it?
there are only 16 Warforged. Or 15 Warforged.
I mean, who's in charge?
Tig. Well, actually, that's another question for a little bit. Actually, that's somebody else's question.
That's somebody else's question. Okay,
Somebody
that's
else's
where
question.
I felt like there was an empty, like there's no council representative or something there.
I think
Who-
if we I feel like if we told the council to send one of them with us, they'd tell us to go get fucked.
They'd be like, "We ain't going out there. You're crazy."
If you guys want to see,
Do we have any?
You don't need to add or remove anybody right now, but in my Google Doc, I just sent it to you.
Yeah. Let
in
me
the
click
chat.
on that.
In the
You've
denizens of
you've
the
asked me to call on my lore knowledge.
well,
of
I just want to
your
know
world.
if you want anybody else, like any
From the
support
blind.
crew.
I don't think
from
it
the
has to be
blind.
like a specific person. Like
It
if you're
doesn't have to
looking
be
for-
specific people.
No, but there are categories here. So you've got. I think we need some healers.
That's a fantastic idea.
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
So I can't remember their cast. Where's
I
my admin
just
stuff? There
scrolled
it is.
past them.
There's healers. You've got medics, watchers, and apothecaries. So how about
What is the difference?
Yeah.
medics are doctors, clerics, and healers of all stripes, and apothecaries are the makers of medicines and herbalists.
One
What
of
are
each.
watchers?
The watchers are very specific. They watch
Yeah.
the cells at the gates of the blind to make sure that incoming groups like foragers don't bring in contamination.
We definitely need one of those.
You
One of
don't
each?
have a gate.
Aren't we going out and coming back?
Yeah,
at any
but
point?
the
I feel like we'd
We
need
lift a
we'd need
shell.
it. We'd need
Advanced scouting.
one of each. We'd need a little watcher, and we'd need a little healer team, a healer team.
What if we said maybe 5 of each
5 of each?
or 2 of each?
Well, there's 5 of each would be more than
Or that would be more than the teams. 1 of each. I
Yeah.
see.
more
That's
than
good.
everyone else. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so there'll be 1 of each, and we can move them over. Do you want me to do it randomly?
Yeah.
Yeah, who volunteered?
Who volunteered? Indeed. Okay, so let's see.
My cat is stuck to the curtain.
Here is a tiefling, who's middle-aged, who is exuberant and responsible, who is
Sounds
an
good.
apothecary. They'll move over. I'm probably saying that wrong because I always say it wrong. Let's see.
Cocaine.
You guys can change their names. Those are all randomly generated. And then a medic. How about let's see, somebody that you're going to work with. Oh, how about a dragonborn, a bronze dragonborn that's confident and kind?
Yeah.
Pretty.
Okay, we'll move those guys over there. Bink. Feel free to change their names if you're in the thing.
I'm just going to simplify them to things that are easy to remember.
I absolutely love it. And then 1 watcher. Not a 90-year-old human. You would not have them around very often.
Nope.
Ooh, how about a Scourge Asimar?
That'd be cool.
A young man who is very very short in their speech. Let's see, what did I just do? Short in their speech, but very intelligent and good at their job. Oops, that's a watcher. Cool. Awesome. Great.
Your dragonborn is 13 years old.
Change the age. And also, it doesn't really matter. Dragonborn, you can have a kid there that's a really excellent medic who's young.
That's true.
Yeah, we kind of live in a world where
Yeah.
you gotta.
That's actually
you gotta work on that.
you
shit.
get put to work.
Doogie.
That's the
Early.
earliest. That's the youngest you can get put to work.
Doogie
As a
Howser
blind
medic.
is 13.
Doogie Howser, the dragonborn. Yeah.
Damn, so he was like he got put to work and then it was like I volunteer as tribute.
Wow.
Since I did sort of miss when you guys discovered this place and came down here.
Yeah.
Why is it interesting? Why is it?
Oh, that's an
I mean-
excellent question.
Yeah.
So this is on the where did you guys go? Because I'm in Google Docs. There you go. So the blind is in its little bubble,
Mhm.
right? Underneath the blind, the mountains had twisted basically, and the entire city that the blind once was a part of is underneath. That's where the Delvers go, right?
Gotcha.
On
Right.
the opposite side of the city was an identical tower that didn't get flipped. In the base of that tower, which is now upside down, there are gateways to different places across the earth. Also in there was found 7 league boots, which anybody who is in the in the teams, they'll have a pair. They work very interestingly. They are basically teleportation boots, but only as far as you can see. And with each step, it's 1 charge. So if you were in, let's say you were in Seattle and you looked up and you saw the top of Mount Rainier, you could step to the top of Mount Rainier. Now, are you going to be safe when you land? I mean, who knows? That's a far distance, but you can make a step as far as you can see. And there are 7 charges per day.
Wow. Those are powerful. Who
Yeah.
has those?
Yeah.
Very
Yes.
powerful. You have them.
We
I
all
have one?
them.
Everybody,
We all have one.
the heroes of the teams each have a pair.
Hell
I thought you said there were only 7 of them.
7 charges.
There's 7 charges, so you can step 7 times a
okay.
day.
Sorry. Wow. So they found a lot of boots.
They found a ton
whole-
of boots.
A whole boot. boot.
This apparently used to be the heart and center of trade in Hume, the city of humans, before it was destroyed. Also in the flashback, which we're going to get to our flashback in just a second, you found out that city, the god city that was also freed at the end of the last one, is the reason why Hume is turned upside down. They destroyed the entire city to stop the corrupted from going all the way through it, and then held the blind for survivors.
Makes sense.
And
Yes, indeed.
okay, so that was a really good choice. I liked that a lot. Who's next in our thing? Shiro, it's you. So here's a question for you. Does the outpost have a similar job system to the blind, or are there only the teams and the support staff?
I think it's just the teams and the support staff. I think mostly we got away from having like super assigned roles because there's probably a lot that needs to be done and we just don't have the personnel for it, right? You have half of the population going in and out on adventures, and shit has to be done. So I don't think there's room for as much of like a role system.
I love it. And last question to Chris. Does the outpost have, or like, what is it? Alpha base? Alpha team?
Camp
Central?
Alpha.
Camp Alpha.
Does Camp Alpha does Camp Alpha have a council like the blind, or is there a different governing system due to its small size?
It's so small it doesn't need a council. I figure Tig and I want to say like the A team run it.
Okay.
I
Because
like that.
they
a
were the
lot.
ones who did the crazy shit.
They know
Yes.
more than the
We-
ones that. Yeah.
We put
Yeah.
the
They went to
infected,
the moon.
We put the infected bird in charge. Let's go.
Yeah.
And,
Hello,
and an uninfected bird.
And
the
an
other
uninfected bird too. Yeah. Okay, so thanks for that. Now we have a kind of a fleshed out outpost, Camp Alpha, and now we come to the thing that happens just before we start the adventure. It took like a half an hour to get there, but whatever. I like
Okay.
world building. So before every episode of the Darkening Sky, there is a flashback. The flashback is not character knowledge. Your characters do not know this. And in this case, it's kind of a flash sideways. So again, this does not pertain to your character. This is just to set the stage. Light dwelt in her chamber, a sphere just large enough to contain her vast form, nearly formless. Only a pinprick in this lattice of magic and metal allowed a trickle of her powers out, with no room for anything to come in. The only reason the sky was not already dark. The only reason why the planes and the prime material hanging by a thread instead of torn apart and lost. How did I get here? She wondered. No. How did I let this happen? I remember the forgotten ago. Before I was this, before the elves returned in their ship of silver, their bodies frail, standing on the shores of Moratma, as they wondered at our countenance. The others thought we should turn them away, that others would come and ruin our Eden. Perhaps they were right, but I changed the minds of my kin. I remember the war of returning. During the conflict, a vessel of sleeping humans was found. The others thought it best not to revive them. What would it mean to have one more race claiming the earth as its home, to shun all others? But I stood firm. With all others clamoring to be the true humans, how could they continue their hollow rhetoric with the truth before them? That time I knew I was right, and I changed the minds of my kin. I remember the abstraction. I remember nature saying that all life should be preserved. All life. I said nothing despite my worries, and when we made the prime material and the astral sea and the planes, I was so wrong for saying nothing. I should have changed the minds of my kin. I remember the breaching, the new stars made to escape, made to destroy, made to unbind. The others wanted to fight alone, but we needed all the mortal races, and I said my piece, and I changed the minds of my kin. I remember the prosperity. Finally, a time where there were no minds to change. But we stopped being vigilant. I wish someone had changed my mind. I remember the ruin, a return to the violence of the breaching, but this time my words fell to deaf ears. My kin saw that this new war came in spite of all the work we had done together, so we scattered to put out each fire our own way. No one could change the minds of my kin. And so now here we are. Here I am, while the sky darkens. With this meager power, what do the mortal races have left? A decade? 2? If they're still even there. When it comes to it, I'll break out of this hiding place and kindle the sun for 1,000 years, even if it's my end, even if the enemy finds me. I wonder if this Rasa still strides above me. Light couldn't feel the violence raging around her in her sanctuary, nor could she feel the presence of war and city, now free. And that brings us to Camp Alpha. So
That was so cool. Could you go back and do it again as Shore Agdashlu?
yeah, that sounds like this, right?
Light dwelt in her chamber, a sphere just large enough to contain her vast, nearly fathomless form.
Could I see The Hunt for Red October starring Brad Pitt?
As
Donald
all the
Glover.
characters? Brad Pitt is every character?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So right now, the entire A team, except for Scratch, are out. And they are going back to the ruined temple because there's something there that they forgot that might be super important.
Somebody's wallet.
Kind of.
Shit.
Mock, who is of course the patron of Karasu, the diseased little crow.
Hey, diseased is a strong word, okay?
It is. Contacted Karasu and asked why they don't have the sundial that opens the door to the moon, and the answer was, well, it was destroyed in the rubble, and Mock was like, you can't destroy a relic that powerful. Go get it so you guys can come visit. And so that's where they're at.
Hey, I can visit whenever I want.
That's true. The B team is busy shoring up and building up the Camp Alpha, along with the rest of the Warforged. And Tig and his assistant Kalisera are hanging out and trying to organize different sorties. They are down in the chamber with all the doors, which of course are to you on the ceiling.
Right.
But now there's been there's a step ladder kind of a thing going on, so you can actually get to each one. And Kalisera is looking through one of the gates that is to a very like cloudy and let's say Castlevania-esque city that has a vast amount of storms, rainfall, looks pretty dingy, um, and everybody is in that main chamber because that's the only real chamber you guys are in, and you hear her go, What is that? What is that? What is that? Tig? Tig, what is that? Tig lumbers up and goes, What's what? She's like, the light, that is the thin light. Tig says, I don't see anything. She says, Wait for the clouds to part. Wait for them to part. Do you guys come up and huddle around, or are you?
Are we there? Yes.
You
This
are
is
there.
all within-
Everybody is there in the camp
All within earshot.
because it's one vast opening.
I want to attempt to see the thing that is being pointed out.
Okay. When you are looking out the door, I guess gateway, not really door, which is like wide enough for a wagon to fit through. It's a huge open gateway, but it's like horseshoe shaped because it's supposed to be the other way around, And when you look out, you don't see anything for a moment, and then, in between flashes of lightning, the clouds part slightly over the city as they're moving over it, and where the clouds aren't, you see a line. Like to us, it would be like someone shining like a tiny laser light, like just one of those thin green lights, except this is white, and it just goes straight up and through the cloud layer, and then the clouds come back, and there isn't. You can't see it anymore. But every time there is a break in the clouds, just for a moment, you see this like pinprick of light just straight up from the center of the city.
I don't remember Scratch's voice.
Make one up.
Oh.
Scratch. I don't know. He's Scratch.
I'm a Pokemon.
Why not?
I think that's probably pretty close.
Pretty.
Yeah. I don't. Nobody remembers. Then fine.
I don't.
It's kind of like a higher pitched Cirrus.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was higher pitched. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Okay. It was a Boy Scout. It was like a Boy Scout voice. It was the Boy Scout. Yeah. Okay. What? I don't know what that is.
And to be, so we're looking through one of the doorways.
Yeah, the doorways are just, it's not like you activate these. These are just on.
Oh, they're always on.
They're just on. You can close these two giant double doors on each one, but if you're looking through it, they're just open.
And this is to a place on Earth
Yes.
or okay.
This is not some sort of different plane.
Okay. So
To date,
guess
you guys have not
Poppy's-
found a planar rift except for when you went to the Astral Sea, but you didn't poke around in the Astral Sea. You stayed in the library on the moon.
Good choice.
What? I don't know what that is. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Okay.
Maybe it's a beacon.
Okay, so I need to use the restroom, which is terrible timing. So while I'm gone, can you guys please describe your characters and what they look like? And I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Because my timing is perfect.
It's always.
Scratch Red Scale is a small kobold who travels around with his large cockroach friend named Roach.
Poppy is a halfling. He's old as shit for a halfling. He's 75, pushing 80 years old. He has pale gray eyes and white, scruffy hair, kind of messy, and a really kind of like patchworky, scruffy beard. And shit dangling off of him, all of tools and just things.
Drury is a human who is filthy. He's probably never cut his hair or his beard. He's in his late 50s, early 60s. He has hide armor that has like mold and mushrooms growing on it. And Pigpen from Peanuts, how there's always a cloud around him.
Yeah.
Wall is this just massive, hulking, 8.5, 9 foot tall Warforged that kind of hulks up behind everyone. Whereas most Warforged are covered in like this like nice steel, he is plated in anything that he could find to attach. So they're like random rusted metals that are taped on and like screwed in, and just really patchwork. Carrying this massive hunk of metal as a shield, and with a far more ornate sword than should be anywhere near this motherfucker.
Cool.
I like
Did
it.
we get everybody?
Yeah.
Yes. So as you were all there looking out there, and Wall is behind you because of course he would block your view. A Warforged that is even larger than Wall lumbers up behind Wall. So it's like there's this giant, and there's only one other Warforged that's larger than Wall. This Warforged would have a tough time getting through one of these gates for the carriages.
Huh.
And Dragons is gonna love this.
Hmm.
He's like 10 feet tall, right?
Yeah, he's 10 feet tall. You know this Warforged as Watt. He is terribly difficult to...
What's his name?
Watt.
What?
Yes. He's a little bit obtuse, not super bright, a little difficult to work with, super kind, and also he is the Warforged of Light. So whereas Wall is the Warforged of the Forge, right? Watt is the Warforged of Light, and Watt lumbers up behind Wall and goes, "Yes, it is the beautiful city of Tifil."
As in the city of tieflings?
Yes, where the
Oh.
tieflings once resided. Light was quite fond of Tifil. Many of the tieflings were considered to be of bad, because they look bad. Like they are bad, but that's only because horns can make you look bad. But they were not bad, and Light did not want people to think they were bad, so Light often went to Tifil. Because if the gods liked the tieflings, then other people should.
So what is the light?
No, what is the big robot?
What?
No. Yeah,
Yes,
He mean
What?
What?
He does
what?
What?
Yes, what?
Guess what?
No, not
What?
what.
I'm
What?
what?
This
They're
is
not,
what?
They're not
No.
talking about you.
You are what?
What?
What? They're talking about the.
What?
Not your name, what, but the word what. Like, what are you
word-
talking about?
We are talking about what's name.
No.
No.
I was asking about the light.
The light?
In
Where?
the
There's
door.
like a
In
there's
the
like a beam of
distance.
light out there.
Show what?
Oh my god, you're a prospector.
Yep.
You're doing that voice? That's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm a prospector, all right.
Gee!
Yeehaw!
I'm missing some teeth.
Jeez. Don't stop.
What
No,
hugs
that's
Drury?
beautiful. Fucking
Oh, it's nice.
What loves Drury?
Oh, I got some slime on you. Let me wipe that off.
No need. What is he's not like a patchwork of armor. He is a patchwork of rust. He's barely maintained. He is, if he sat down, he would just look like a boulder. He's and he goes, that light.
that light.
Yeah, that light.
that light. Mm, it is small, but it looks like.
Let's
And
go check it out.
Have you
his
seen
eyes-
it before,
What
or
has
is it
seen?
new?
What has seen something like it? It reminds what of what mistress?
What?
For light would
is?
shine the light to the sun.
So light made the sun? Like,
That's too complicated for what? The sun
Okay.
was the sun, and then light made the sun what the sun is.
Hey, listen, everyone. It's dark here, and there's some light out there. Let's go check it out.
I mean, you know I'm on board for a trip, so whenever
Well,
we gotta
yeah.
go, gotta go
Wall's
get my
just gonna
bags.
start pushing people
stuff.
forward with the shield,
We're
just
going,
shoving
we're
people
going.
towards
I can get my bag. Let me get my bag. No,
What
no,
cannot
no,
fit? What
Shut
cannot fit? What cannot fit? Why is that here?
Just move to the side.
no, no.
Kali
Do we just jump there with our magic shoes?
you don't need to from the portals. The portals will take you straight there.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
So,
shoes are for other
so
things.
here's another thing. So there are only nine times. There's only 9 portals, and from what you have figured out with talking to Mock and then also talking with Tig, these most likely comport to the 9 largest kingdoms, which correlate to the 9 basic races in D&D.
okay.
The only other city names that you've heard, other than Tifil, which you just saw or just heard, and Hume, which you guys are technically in, is Haffle, which is the city of the halflings, but you haven't found that one yet.
Halfling?
Yes,
Halfling.
there was once a city of halflings called Haffle.
Halfle.
But if you have your gear and you step through, Kalisera gets out of the way so she doesn't get squished. And Tig says, "Hey, make it a reconnaissance mission, okay? We don't know what's there. We've never been there."
No response.
scope it out.
Shoving through.
When you guys go, they shut the gate behind you.
Oh,
So now it just looks like well, for one, you step through, but you're upside down. Right? So you step through the gate and there's a very, very odd sensation because the magic says I go from this place to this place. So when you step through, instead of normally just going through a door, you feel the transposition of your body and it's very unnerving. You don't fall though. You just go through the door and you're right side up, but it is as if someone took you and spotted you on like a backflip. So you walk through and you're like, blah. But you guys have probably gone through on other missions to other places, just scouting around. So that's nothing new. But you find yourself in a stormy environment. Everything's in hues of grays and blacks. This is a rocky, craggy region. The mountains are steep and sharply peaked, and it seems like the city of Tifil seems to be nested in between a mountain range, not like how Hume is under a mountain range, but like there's 2 mountains and Tifil is in between it. It's not a walled city. Instead, it's a city of towers, almost as if they were building structures that kind of copied the environment around. So there's like I said, very steep, very thin peaks, and the structures are the same. It's all like tower based. There's definitely some sort of road structure, but you're outside the city, probably a quarter mile. You're very close. It's obvious because this was a trade route, right? So they're not going to like have a long ramp up, but honestly, they also want to be able to see people coming into the city. So it's like just far enough that you can see what's coming out of the gate, and like customs could do its job before coming into the a city or maybe, military, some sort of checkpoint. But other than that, you are near outside the gate and you are exposed. You're on a road. It's night, but you are outside.
Let's go. Let's go inside.
I can't hear you, Tony.
Did it again because I have a crinkly bag of chips. Glad that I added that on to the end of that.
Yes.
Anyways.
important clarification.
Can I please make a perception check?
Yes,
As
please.
we're
You guys,
walking forward.
you guys can make checks of all kinds. Anything you're interested in, please do a perception check.
So this is for safety. So let's just see what we got around us. That's going to be not good.
I'm very interested in Arcana.
If you want to roll Arcana, you totally can.
That's a 8.
That's an 8. As far as you know,
no, 10. Sorry.
the wind is picking up. The rain is uncomfortable. There's flashes of lightning. You don't perceive anything else. Nothing is moving so far as you can tell, like in the city itself. At least from this distance, you can't tell.
Is there any living plant life or anything like that?
Zero.
Anywhere? 0. Okay.
0. Also, unlike outside of the blind, there's no forest or anything like this. This is all stone.
Okay.
I was rolling Arcana because I wanted to do poorly.
Okay.
I rolled an 18, so I get a 17.
Okay. So with a 17, I will let you know that you realized you just stepped through a magical portal, and that magic leaves a residue. So you guys just set off a signal flare that something's here.
I rolled a 25 to be intimidating.
The sky itself parts, but then it comes back.
Oh, that was probably unrelated.
It's probably unrelated.
But Drury is really scared, aren't you, Drury?
I'm not even noticing. I rolled a 23 to find some places where I might be able to jam some mushroom spores to see if they might catch. And if they don't, it's okay.
There's rocks and like little jetties and like crags
Just
all over the
reaches
place.
in his armor,
You
just pulls out some slime, and it's like jamming it in cracks and stuff.
There's plenty of places.
Hell yeah.
You could have rolled a 2 and still found a place to put that.
Are you spreading your cordyceps? Wrong.
It ain't that kind of shrew.
Are you guys just jauntily heading down the lane, or are you guys going to
Yeah, I am.
move stealthily?
We should
Right.
move. We just set off a signal.
Can we use our magic shoes now?
We would disappear.
Yeah, you can. Where do you want to go to?
Where the light is.
The light is obscured by buildings.
So
There
is
are
it
buildings in your path. You could
Is-
you could jump to the building
Is
Yeah,
there a
let's
very
jump to the
tall
top
building
of
we
the
could get
nearest
to the
tower.
top of? Yeah, the nearest tower.
easily.
Let's
Oh.
bound like this is amazing. I don't know. I don't read enough comic books to be referenced to be a reference hero here. Who's a good jumper? Mr. Jumping Bean.
Mr. Jumping Bean. Yep.
That's a famous Marvel comic character, I'm sure.
totally
So-
going with that?
Is Scratch going to step onto the top of a building?
Yes. Well, on the top of
Okay.
a tower. Towers usually have like a place you could step
Definitely.
at the
Yeah.
top.
Yeah. Okay.
How does these boots work with my good friend Roach?
Oh, that's a good question.
You'd have to.
You'll have to
Grab
pick him up,
I'm going.
or have somebody else pick him up.
Athletics.
I'm gonna
check.
pick his ass up.
That's a 15.
15 athletics.
Oh.
I'll let you
Pick his ass
hold
up.
him up. I'll let you hold him up.
It's like a very small person holding up a Great
So-
Dane.
so just really quick, as he picks up Roach, I'm gonna pick up both of them and jump.
Okay. So, Scratch points out the tower he'd like to go to, which is a tall spire in the middle of town that's close, perceptibly, to where the light was perceived. As you step forward, it's kind of like a focus pull on a camera. So you step forward, and it's as if the entire landscape bends and stretches and pulls to underneath your foot. And as you step over it, the focus comes back into place. And make a dexterity saving throw.
Everyone?
The person who was so the only person that stepped so far is Wall, holding you and your bug.
Dexterity save.
Yeah, dexterity save.
18.
18. You land where you intended to, but you are on the edge of like the
Lorry.
What are those called? Not parapet. The parts of a castle that like are defensible.
Balcony?
Ramparts?
Oh,
You know, you can
Crenellations?
you can fit in between them to shoot arrows.
like a port
Crenellation.
I don't know.
Not a
Are they
portcullis.
predilections? I don't know.
I don't know what
You're basically on top of the wall and not in the ledge, right? Because you couldn't perceive past that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right? So you're standing on top of it and you're up there, but you are up there. What everybody else perceives is he simply steps forward and is no longer there. It's like he's just somewhere else.
I'm gonna drop. There's ground in front of me, right?
In front of you, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna drop Roche and Scratch.
Poppy, do you step too? Because you can see where they are. Or are you going to hang out in the road? Like a mile away from
I'm
them.
so sorry. You're saying my fucking name. My
Yes.
bad. I'm looking at my list of shit over here. Sorry. Yeah, absolutely going to make a step.
Okay.
I can't
so,
be left behind. There's no why no. Yeah, that's a 15.
That's a 15. You're fine. And you can hop down too. I'm gonna just expedite things and Drury comes later. Go talking about mushrooms, probably.
Busy. Spreading his plague.
You guys are now in a let's see, hold on. What is teleport? Is that a 3rd level spell?
Teleport?
Yeah.
Like a
7th
6th level.
6th level?
Yeah.
7.
Seven.
Circle is 6th, right?
Circle is 6th.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think circle is 6th.
What
and
about
teleport is
Blink?
3rd.
All right, that's good to know. Let's see.
I have something I'd like to RP with the DM's
Please do.
question.
Yeah.
Wall. As you're standing there, kind of looking, down over the wall and kind of
After
cruising
I
out.
dropped Scratch and Roach.
Yeah. Hey, come here. I have something useful that I was tinkering with, and I kind of want to put it on your shield. Would that be okay? I think it'll be super useful.
Reaches this big slab of metal out towards you.
Okay, I'm gonna reach into my pocket and I'm gonna pull out this like little pouch, and I'm gonna stick my fingers in it. And I'm gonna pull out like a little ball of black, essentially tar, and I'm gonna smash it onto your shield. Okay. Then I'm gonna reach into my satchel again, and I'm gonna pull out what looks like a closet hook, like you would hang on the back of a bathroom door, and I'm gonna smash that onto it. And I'm gonna go, okay, hold this here for 30 seconds. I gotta grab something. Okay. So after that, I'm gonna reach into my pouch again, and I'm gonna pull out this hooded lantern that I created. Why is my phone going off? Go away. And I'm going to hang the lantern on the front of your shield. And you currently have a lantern of revealing on the front of your shield. While lit, the hooded lantern burns 6 hours, 1 pint of oil, shedding bright light 30 feet, dim light for an additional 30 feet. Invisible creatures and objects are visible as long as they are within the lantern's bright light.
Huh.
So there you go.
Interesting. Okay.
As the light is affixed and emblazes. And the working of great magic has occurred not just once, but now twice, with the movement of the boots by 3 members.
Ah, shit.
Forgot about that.
Everybody make a perception, investigation, or survival.
I forgot that's a thing in this world that we shouldn't do that.
7.
Investigation or survival.
While
Perception 23.
Perception 23. While you are fascinated by this new light, you're seeing all the benefits that you could do with this in combat. Drury, you look down over the edge to ostensibly find a place to stick some more mushrooms, and at the same time, Poppy, who got a 22 perception, angles the light, and you both look over the edge, and whatever has transpired, now there are hundreds of pitch black forms moving rapidly to this tower. You are looking over the tower, and you seem to have gotten to pretty much the center of town. There's a huge, and for all indications, once absolutely beautiful town square made of white, probably marble, or it could be some sort of highly polished sandstone. Now it's in disrepair, but it, especially with this lantern light, it becomes incredibly clear that things are moving across it, and they are moving in your direction, and they are moving up the sides of this tower.
How tall is this tower?
I don't like that.
This tower is probably 10 stories.
100 feet.
Everything is tall and thin. You guys are very high up. You could see this. You could see the top of this tower in order to step to it from, a little under a mile away. So this was high up for you to be able to get here.
This is a good light. This is good. Thank you. This is.
You're so welcome. And as I say that, I look down. I'm like,
Scratch, did you do a perception or investigation or survival?
I got 15.
On a 15, I'll give you one extra thing.
Why does my headset keep?
It doesn't look like whatever is coming as you look over the edge. It doesn't look like whatever is coming cares about the doors. They're just coming straight up.
I got that. It's not new. That's what I understood. Give me something else.
Give me an intelligence. Just a flat intelligence roll.
That's gonna be real good. That's gonna be really, really good.
What'd you get?
Oh, where is that? Oh, here it is. That's a 10.
Maybe they can't open doors.
Guys, if we go inside, they won't be able to get us. They can't open doors.
I don't like the idea of trapping ourselves indoors when those things are swarming.
Doesn't seem like a great idea. No. No.
All right, it's just a thought.
How's the cloud cover looking?
It's still heavy.
Can we see the light?
Let's do a luck check. Someone call it odds or evens.
Eve.
Odds. Oh.
You can't have both. Even
All
was
of the numbers.
Even this was the first one I heard. And with a 10, even gets it.
Yeah.
As you look, the clouds part a little bit, and a trickle of light comes straight up from the town square beneath you, up into the heavens, and then disappears as more clouds and rain cover again.
So it came straight up from the square?
The center of the square.
That's directly in front of us, right? The shit is running across right now?
Yep. Most of it has now surrounded the tower and is turning the tower black with its crawling up the sides. You can actually see the not only the town square mostly devoid of creatures, but the creatures are getting so close up the side to you that you can see the whiter than white eyes and the whiter than white teeth amongst the pitch black of a huge horde of corrupted.
So
And those-
what are we gonna do? This is bad.
Are bad.
Well, we gotta jump off of this thing. Or step.
Shit.
Okay, good plan. To where?
Where that light came from.
Can we? Yeah.
Oh,
What can we see if we look towards the light? What's there?
is there? Yeah.
It's an open town square. There's remnants of what probably were monuments, I would say, like some sort of large statues. There's definitely stuff to hide behind. And there's also like access to the streets.
There's
It's
not like a
Can we
well.
see what the light is coming from?
It looked for the moment like it was coming through the ground next to one of the monuments.
Oh,
And are the creatures or the corrupted down there?
No, at this point, they are all either surrounding the tower you're on or coming up the tower, and they're getting very close.
Guys, I got an idea. Everyone get ready to step. And I will turn around and I cast a fairy fire on the edge of the tower that we're on so that none of us are in it, but there's this huge light on the edge of the tower.
That's fucking brilliant.
And then
Um,
I step down into the middle of the courtyard where the light was coming from.
yes. Let's do that.
I like that.
Do you all follow suit?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, give me a collective stealth roll with advantage.
Oh, with advantage. Cool. So I only have to roll once.
I'll just keep my natural 20, thanks. I guess let's see if I double crit. Nope. just
I'll
one.
take an 18.
Okay.
Stealth.
What did Wall get?
An 8.
Okay.
Natural 20 for a 22.
18 and Juice, your stealth. Did you get a nat one? You
You
did.
get
Oh,
two
no.
natural ones?
Hell yeah. We
Well,
are
I have
not
disadvantage
stealthy.
because of my armor. So
Okay.
Oh, so just
Okay.
So you should only roll once.
Okay.
I did only roll one.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to start with this. Okay. We have one failure, one critical failure, one success, and one critical success. So it was even. So I'm going to do a quick luck check. Call it odds or even.
Shiro call.
Green.
Odds.
Okay. With a 5, it is odd. You're on
Damn,
fire tonight.
I'm good at this.
Okay. But here's what Scratch gets with his failure. Scratch is the first one down. And as he looks down after making a racket, he goes, you think to yourself, this doesn't seem stable.
Oh.
And then everyone else appears and the ground gives way underneath you. Everybody please roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's better. 23.
21.
Oh, hey, you guys are all within the paladin aura, so you do get +2 to your saving throws.
Oh,
If
it's
you're,
24.
if you're near me, you get +4.
What?
Plus 4?
Come on in.
I
I didn't
have
know that's what that did.
18
23.
charisma.
That's okay.
23.
Oh, here.
Okay, in that case, 26.
I love you, sweeps.
25.
Mwah, mwah. Have a good night, sweets. Okay, I'm sorry. I had a cute girl.
They're all quite large numbers.
They're all quite
They're all
large numbers.
well over 20.
Okay. Oh, they're well over 20. Excellent. Okay. So instead of taking the fall damage that you normally would, because this is about 20 feet, you slide on rubble and you end up catching yourself on your feet.
Oh,
There is a hole on top of you, like above you, but you're kind of off down to the side. You find
Can we
yourself...
see the light a little bit? Oh, you're describing.
Yes, you do. And also, is your lantern ever on?
Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of a bummer for you. But not too bad.
I don't think I
I
can
can
turn it off anyway.
I can. Yeah, I can. I can extinguish it.
Well,
If you want me to.
you find yourself, I'll leave that to you guys when you get down there. You find yourself in an exceedingly large open expanse. You're talking maybe 100 feet across, maybe more. So it's so large that it starts getting shadowy on the periphery. Like even those of you who have can dark vision see in complete darkness?
Yes.
Okay.
It looks dim. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So those of you with dark vision can see. Those of you without, you can't see very far except for where the light is coming down from above, which is pretty dim in and of itself because the moonlight is being obstructed. But the lantern is on. From what you can tell, this was perhaps used as a central water supply for the city, like some sort of like not an estuary. What am I thinking of?
Cistern.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, like a cistern, but definitely a collection device. There are apparently many exits. You can see that it's wider to the north of you. And the other exits seem like there's rubble and other things, blocking them with time, but nothing that you couldn't move. Nothing like huge debris. It seems like you have a lot of options, but you all feel something. You all feel a presence. You do not even need to roll perception. Something terrible is here.
Oh.
Everybody, give me a charisma saving throw. The DC is 16.
Also
Yeah.
+4.
Fail.
Even with the +4?
Hold on.
28.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a 12.
12?
27.
27?
Let's see. +4 is 14.
14. Okay. Poppy and Drury, you are in the frightened condition, but you don't know what of. Wall and Scratch, you have disadvantage on your next check against being frightened.
Oh.
You passed, but whatever this is, you are not used to being frightened. As two paladins, you guys are used to charging in. There is something astronomically wrong here.
This is not good. This is not good.
You hear everybody roll a roll 2 dice. Actually, we'll do it this way. Let's see. Everyone roll 2 dice. Give me the lower one, except for Drury. You roll 2 dice and give me the higher one.
D20s?
2 20s, yeah.
My higher roll is a 7.
Your higher roll is a 7.
My lower roll is a 17.
A 17. Your
A
roll lower,
natural,
I rolled an 18 and a 17.
natural 20 and a 5.
natural 20 and 5 5. And Juice?
3.
3. Okay, and yours was a 17, Cheryl?
Yeah.
Okay. Drury, something sounds familiar. You cannot put your finger on it, but like, is it the phonic? No, you kind. What is that? What is that? Wall, your memories from your past are muddled because you have a different soul powering you now, but you know this is the language of the enemy.
Oh.
the enemy.
Oh.
Drury, you're pretty sure if you heard that again, something is really
Infernal.
in there.
This is bad. This is bad.
We just might die right here.
You hear again. Drury, give me another roll. Give me this time, instead of advantage, disadvantage, give me a perception check. Or yeah, that'll work. Or something similar.
Perception, Yeah. 1 second. How's about a dirty 20?
Dirty 20. This time when you hear it, what you hear is like hearing it the second time, you're like, I get that. Oh wait, okay, wait, I know that. And you can piece together in your head, instead of what you heard, you hear who comes, maybe to or against, you're not quite sure. And then a proper name. And you recognize this as deep speech.
Deep speech. Oh. Weird. But I'm afeared.
You are afeared.
You are.
So I
Should we shoot the darkness?
Sure.
All
right.
I'm gonna draw a sword and make a noise. There you go. It made a noise.
Produces a small bell and rings it. What happens to the sword?
It ignites. So now there is a burning sword next to a bright ass lantern.
When the burning sword ignites, a peal of laughter echoes through this chamber, and it's as if like the entire bass section of a choir started laughing. All different voices and just this cacophony of low, menacing laughter. And you hear, and Drury, you understand that to mean if you produce light to fight, then as entropy commands, we shall extinguish it. And from the shadow comes a terrifying visage.
We done fucked up AA Ron.
Channel divinity.
We're chilling.
Well, it's a large, floating, bulbous orb. Multiple tentacles.
Oh,
No, those aren't tentacles. Those are eyes? Eye stalks.
Oh.
Eye stalks.
Oh,
One
shit.
giant eye looking forward. A row of teeth the size of the
beholder.
floating ball. And you are seeing a beholder.
It's a beholder.
Never mind. I'm not channeling divinity.
It's
Unless it's-
looking.
Unless it looks like a particularly fiendish beholder.
It is not a fiend. It is not a fiend. From behind the beholder, I don't know if you all will remember this. Dragons will not. From behind the beholder, scores of huge white arms come out from the darkness. Do you remember the white arms that chased you down
White moss.
before?
Mhm.
Yep, before Scratch destroyed half the forest.
Mm-hmm.
And then opening behind those rows and rows and rows and rows of the eyes of the corrupted.
They're just watching.
This seems not good.
They are just watching.
We are in a bad place. Bad.
Who wants to do the thing?
I want to do the thing.
What's the thing?
Step the fuck out of here.
You don't have clear line of sight.
A draconic cry.
What's that do?
You let out a cry at enemies within 10 feet of you. I guess I do this.
They are
run.
not within. They are not within 10 feet of you.
What about the beholder?
It is not within 10 feet of you.
Okay.
It's on the other side of this expanse.
It is an expanse.
Yes, you're in a huge room. It's like you're in a gigantic room. It's on the periphery of the room. So think of it as kind of. We could make it dick shaped again if you guys like, but I wasn't going to. I was going to make it like kind of a elongated oval.
Dick.
Yes, it's a dick. It's a dick, guys. So you have plummeted roughly into the center. And this is on the back south side of the wall that all of this horror is approaching. There are exits all around you, but you would have to remove rubble. And then there's also the north, which seems to be a large rest of this room. Now, I don't know how far the lantern can get you in terms of seeing what's over there, or the light from the fire. I don't know how long that
Light
goes.
from the fire is only like 20 feet.
20 feet. So light from the fire doesn't reach. What's the light from the lantern?
The sword is 40 feet of bright
That's
and
40
40
feet.
feet of dim after
That's
that. So it's
80
feet total.
I'd say that coupled with the lantern, if you look to the north, there's a really large gateway where water once flowed, and it's open.
Oh. We can go that way.
Mm-hmm.
Quaff it!
You guys, you love it.
Time to go.
As you run,
I'm going to stay in the back, by the way.
as you run, the laughter peals again, and you know you're being chased. Let's do a little bit of fun. Who's in front? Who's in front?
Scratch and Roach.
Scratch and
Scratch and Roach. Scratch and Roach, give me a survival roll, or
Can
what you
I-
think you would do to navigate. If anyone wants to give the help action, please feel free.
guidance.
Ooh, guidance.
Guidance. Damn.
So plus what?
Plus
Plus
default.
Default.
Okay. I'll just do survival, I guess. That's not very good. Plus a default. That's a 12.
That's a 12. It's really hard to navigate in here. You are running straight down this corridor, and you are pretty sure that if you lose your bearings, you're gonna double back, because this is like these series of pipes that are coming off of it and stuff like that. You're still going straight, but you're pretty worried that if you have maybe, let's say mechanically, 2 out of 3 failures, you might get overrun. Anyone that wants to, you can give me perception checks or anything you want in order to know the lay of the land that you're in right now.
Well,
Yeah,
I will perception check it. Just a second.
I will as well.
Why not?
14.
14.
This dice is on fire. Natural 20 for a 25 perception.
Okay, 14 and 15. What you get is on the 14 and 15, that then this might help Scratch navigate, is that this is for water, right? So you can tell what goes down and what goes up. So if you're aiming to go up, you can choose the grade that goes up. If you're aiming to go down, you can choose that. So that might help him depending on which way you guys want to go. On your natural 20, you notice that there are gates at regular intervals that can be closed like a dam system.
I would like to slap them on my way by, which makes sense because I'm an artificer and would understand mechanical things.
I dig it. You guys have
Up
bought
or down?
yourself
Which way
some-
we going?
Do a lot of
That way.
dams work by slapping?
These are like gates. They're like half gates. Do you know what I mean? Like kind of like to divert water. They're not like full dams, right? So they're thin enough to be gates. These are diversions and not to stop the entire flow of water.
Whatever the mechanism is to trip them, I will.
There's no water running through it right now, though.
There is not. There is not.
Up or down? Which way we going?
Up, up, up.
All right.
Okay.
Insight. Up or down?
Insight.
Oh.
Hey,
That's pretty bad.
if you do a what's your paladin thing?
Divine sense.
Yeah, divine sense. If you burn a divine sense, I'll give you advantage.
I'll take it because I was thinking about using it earlier and then I didn't. So I'll take it. Insight. Roll again. I don't have a good bonus, but that's 17.
17. Okay. You open yourself up to the divine and you're like, come on, which way, up or down? And when you look up or towards the way that's up, you feel that wave. Remember when you found war, you found like
Oh yeah, those pulses.
you found pulses of like the ocean, like warmth hitting you in waves. You feel it, but it's like this is more like sticking your foot in a tiny stream. It's really weak, but it's that way.
Which way? Down or up?
Up.
Up. Go up. Go up. God says up.
We're
God
up.
says
Wait, what?
up.
Up we go.
Okay. All right. God says up. Let's go up.
Okay.
Yep.
As we choose a direction, I'm going to turn around and directly behind Wall, I'm going to cast Spike Growth.
Oh, fucking great idea.
The ground in a 20-foot radius becomes difficult terrain for the duration. When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels through the
Awesome.
20 foot. So it's 40 feet to get through it.
Yeah.
And
That's
it takes
amazing.
2d4 for every 5 feet of movement to get
That's
through it.
badass.
That's awesome. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do for this. Now we only need to get one
Oh,
positive
sorry. It's a second level spell.
second level spell. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I gotta write that down. Okay, thank you. So this is what we're gonna do. I only need one more positive survival check instead of getting two to defeat the failure that just happened. So we need to get a positive survival check.
Survival.
Yeah, but it's gonna be whoever's at the front.
No, it's not me because I'm next to Wall now. So it's Scratch or Poppy.
Yeah. I mean, have you overtaken me?
I'm kind of closing the dams, so I would imagine that I'm like
Oh yeah. So it's
Oh, you're near
not-
Wall. You're near the
I'm
back.
not at the front.
Yeah, you're near the back.
All right.
Scratch is
Well,
just
I
taking
am
off.
bad at survival, so we'll see.
Okay,
too.
well, if Drury can give the help action since he's right next.
I
to
can
You,
guide you on my way back.
yep, you can. So could hit it with guidance and then do it with advantage.
As we're booking it through the tunnels.
With a giant warforged in a shield.
Yeah.
You guys are not subtle.
No.
No.
No,
Big.
there's
glowing
no
shield.
subtlety
We
here.
don't do subtle. This is not the party for subtle.
This is car crashes and ambulances.
We really brought like the loudest motherfuckers we
This
could.
is Mother Jugs and Speed. Here we go.
Yeah. So last time I got a 12.
Yes.
This time I got a 13.
A 13 with advantage and guidance.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna do something really quick.
Hit me. I dare you.
Hit me with your best shot.
No, they're not to you yet. But you can tell that they are a coming. But what happens to you is, you go down one of these little exchanges, which seems higher than the other one. And when you go into it, it's too thin for Wall. He can't fit. So you all have to double back out and then continue up a different avenue that's going up. All right. Third time's a charm.
All right, I'm gonna say, get out of my way, and I'm gonna push myself to the front, and I'm gonna guidance myself, and I'm gonna do a survival
I'm
check.
fast and strong, not smart.
He's like rail thin, but he's really like weirdly dexterous. So that's plus D4 is 18.
18. You say, get out of my way, and you change directions really quick. You dart here, you dart there. You notice that there's actually a little bit of moisture in one direction, and it catches your eye because, of course, you love mushrooms. So you're like, I could probably put some mushrooms there if I really wanted to.
I'm going to jam a thumb full of spores into just
into this little
a crack
area
as
that's
I'm
wet.
running.
And then it takes you all up into another equally large chamber to the one that you were in before, like another cistern area. And this one, as you barrel through the doorway, you realize there is a huge fuck all iron door that you could slam shut.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's
as-
athletics.
Yeah, as I run through it, can I fucking slam that bitch with a shield with athletics?
Yeah, feel free. You guys can both double team it with athletics. Give me both rolls.
Can I make a DM question?
Yeah, sure.
Is it metal door and stone, or a metal door and metal like it closes into a metal frame?
It closes into a metal frame. The metal frame is affixed to stone.
When they slam that bitch shut, can I do something interesting with the spell?
I love
First, they gotta
interesting
make an
things.
athletics check.
But first, let's see if they can slam the door shut. It is a big.
I'm
fuck
gonna
all metal
slap
door.
Wall and give him guidance.
Oh.
Right.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Plus whatever.
Oh. That is going to be a 28.
That's stupid.
23 with guidance.
You guys,
I didn't guidance you, Josh. Just Dakota.
I'll kill you.
Ooh.
but
You're a
with
tiny little
the
kobold.
with the two of you, the doors, these double doors slam shut, and in an act of hilarious cuteness, Roach jumps up and actually pulls the bar down that locks it, and leaving just a small amount of gloob behind. And
Good job, Roach.
what does Poppy do?
I would like to go to where the door meets kind of that seam.
Yeah.
And I want to use flaming sphere to try and weld or melt that shut.
Ooh.
Flaming sphere.
Oh,
Okay.
that's big ball. Of
All right.
fire.
So this is
Against the door.
What spell level is that?
First.
Okay.
First.
Give me
No, I'm wrong. It's second. It's second.
Okay,
Okay.
second, so that's 4. Okay. Give me an Arcana check. I'm gonna say DC 15.
All right. Oh hell yeah! 16 on the dice for a 19.
19. You have this idea, and as you're a crazy artificer, you're like, what if I do this? And you create your sphere and you make it tiny. It's like this compressed ball of fire, and then you start rolling it slowly around. This is going to take some time, but you are welding it shut.
I do it.
I'm not sure we have the time for this. Let's look around the room real quick.
Yeah, while they're looking, I'll keep going. I might not get all the way around, but while they're looking for a way out, I will continue to weld.
So you burst into this adjoining room via those series of tunnels. You shut the doors behind you, and then I'm not even going to make you roll for this because it's so weird that it's here in what would be
Is it,
ostensibly a cistern. But there is
is it a Camaro?
It's a huge Camaro. It's bright red. It's got
So
leather bucket
weird.
seats. You guys
Alright.
could just fly out.
Pontiac Trans Am.
I'm gonna get on the back
1982
of the
Trans Am.
Camaro.
It's
you
a
know?
Trans Am. No, what you find is what appears for all the world like a giant sculpture of a dragon's tail, and I mean huge.
Just the tail?
That's what you can see.
But is the tail attached to more?
Well, you guys want to look around? Look around.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go scouting.
Okay. Give me some scout rolls. Can you roll for scout, please?
I rolled a natural 20 for perception for a total of 30.
That's ridiculous.
Rolled
Guys,
a
don't-
15 on perception. So, but
A 15?
yeah.
All right.
I rolled a 15 to climb the dragon's tail.
Oh, okay. You are able
I'm busy
to try-
welding.
You're able to climb the dragon's tail. Wall, what you notice, because it is incredibly out of place, is in this large open room. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give you something else, because this would be more where your brain goes. As you're walking around inspecting this room, you think of stuff as debris, like, oh, there's some rocks that fell here. What weird shaped rocks? And then you look up and you realize this isn't good repair. Like, there's not a whole lot. Like, you're used to seeing ruins, and this is pretty solid. And as you look around on a 15, you realize that this debris is the broken shell of beholders. These are the remnants of scores of the enemy. And I'll give this one to Scratch for free. Scratch, you climb up on the dragon's tail, and from your vantage point, you can see a perfectly smooth, honestly about your size, metal sphere in the middle of this room. Also, hey, there's some gold in with this stone. There's little bits of gold in with this stone. Man, this must have been one hell of a sculpture back in the day. Gris, Drury, with a dirty 20, sees the sphere in the middle of the room.
Natural 20.
Yes,
Dirty
natural
30.
20.
Dirty
Natural
30.
20. Clocks that as odd, sees all the shells of the beholders and goes, I wonder if they can grow mushrooms in there. And then looks up to see the visage of an ancient golden dragon looking at Scratch, who has just climbed its
Climbed
back.
on his tail.
You can see that this ancient gold dragon is more than ancient. This ancient gold dragon is old, weathered, scarred, blind in one eye, and the tail is stone, as is one of the wings and its left foot. The dragon is partially petrified. And it's just regarding you.
What do I know about this?
I wave and go, hello there.
The
Scratch waves back. Hi.
Now you up there.
What?
The dragon lowers its head. Let's see. What does the Warforged know about this? You can give me what's your forge, right? And not light. So you can give me a history check with disadvantage.
14.
14. On a 14, you know that that dragons worked with specific gods. And it's crazy to see a dragon here, but if there's a god here, maybe there's a reason why a dragon is here too. But
Uh,
wait, if it's this is on a 14.
can
On
I
a
also use divine sense while I'm at it?
Yeah, you can use divine sense.
How do I? What do I feel?
There is, I don't know how you feel the presence of a god. That's up to you. Like, is it? I mean, I forced the waves upon Scratch. I can think of one for you, or you can tell me.
You can tell me like the outer influence, but like the inner influence is, I think, the Warforged Thrum.
Okay, your your engine burns faster, and the lantern on the edge of your shield and your sword also glow brighter, but just a smidgen. There's presence here, but it is a trickle. And gosh, anybody that I don't know. She's pretty important. A 14. I'll say on a 14 history, you know that the dragon that led the army of dragons was gold. But this would have been like 1,000 years ago.
It's a dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
The dragon lowers its head and looks at Scratch, like eye to eye.
Oh boy.
You two look like you could be related.
Well, they're different colors.
Are you guys all speaking in common? Of course you are. That's all that you have.
Yeah, that's all that we can.
The dragon cocks its head. It looks very confused.
I don't think it understands what we're saying.
It like leans in a little bit and squints its eye.
Does it know Dwarvish or Halfling?
I start to crawl down.
Well, none of us can really speak other languages. We can just kind of read them.
The dragon.
Understand them.
The dragon looks at Poppy when he says halfling, and the dragon goes,
Smoke.
Halfling. Halfling.
Yes.
Halfling. Halfling. It stands up broad and goes, Daragon.
Do I know this name?
It's gesturing at itself. Daragon.
No, I know. Do I know that name, like in history or?
It sounds a lot like dragon.
Oh, dragon. Sorry.
Yeah, you don't know that name from history. You could do a history check if you'd like.
Do I fucking know that name from history?
You can do a history check if you like.
Alright. I'm so good at history.
Uh,
It's a 4.
19.
19. So you don't know. Well, you have no idea. You're like searching your memory. You're like, is that the name of this dragon? And Poppy, you go, that can't be the name of a dragon. That's definitely not the name of a dragon. But it sounds like dragon. And then you kind of piece it together. You're like, oh, what?
Dragon.
And then when I said halfling, it said Haviland. And it's pretty clear that the dragon is trying to understand your version of common.
Got it. I'll continue to try to piece things together as we go here.
I want to run over and pick up like a beholder shell and point at the shell and vehemently gesture at the door.
You gesture at the door, and the dragon cocks its head and goes, Jigarthatil.
Anything, Pappy?
Garthatil. Yeah.
Yeah, you recognize, Drury, you recognize that as the proper name that you had heard in deep speech.
Oh. Yeah, I think he's a coming.
Coming. He's coming. After like a little bit of time, it looks like the dragon, like dragons are fucking dragons. They start to emulate your speech, and they say, I am this. I can't pronounce the name I gave them because I forgot what it is. I am Thisrasa. I'm the protector of Light's vessel.
Oh, as in the god light?
Yeah.
Yes, Light's
Oh.
vessel.
That's good because we's on a mission to free the gods.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
My duty is to protect. I am prohibited from waking her.
Oh, we got 2 of them already, I think. Yeah, we got Ward, we got City.
City.
They're already
They-
awake.
They live.
Yeah, they're fine. Well, Ward, I don't know about City. But City told us to wake everybody up.
I cannot. But you may.
Ooh, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
The Garthil comes for us.
Yeah, how do we stop that shit?
The dragon the dragon thinks for a second, like trying to figure out what you said, and then chuckles a little bit, and then goes, looks at you, all 4 of you, and goes, likely you cannot, but I can. She puffs up and looks a little proud and says, I was once the queen of dragons, though now we are few, spread thin. Even the most wicked amongst us have fought against the darkness, as it is our very lives, indeed, all life that is to be extinguished if we fail. So I protect light. If you are to free her, perhaps you can do so now. Though I don't know how she can hear you.
Where the hell is she?
She
Why
gestures
am I
to
the
the
one talking to this person? I got shit charisma.
she gestures to the sphere.
Oh, right.
And as she gestures to the sphere, the the light from the shield glints over, which is really funny because the dragon doesn't need to have any light. They can
No.
see all sorts of crazy stuff. But you do see a small trickle of light, the same one that you were seeing before, come from there.
He's so small.
Do we need to break the sphere? Do we just say her name? Like, what do we got to do?
The dragon looks and goes, It is my duty to protect it. I am prohibited from waking her. I don't know how. Somehow she must hear, but... And as they say that, the door starts banging.
When the gods woke up, all the Warforged reignited, right?
Yes.
Can I just walk over and like poke it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Does anything happen if I poke it?
What do you
My
poke it
hand
with?
on it? I'm gonna put my hand on it. Yeah.
You put your hand on it, and there is a reaction. It like goes. It kind of like when you tap it, it goes. "Dum."
Boom.
Well, it's got a light, right? How about light for light?
I got a lot of
I'm gonna
light going
cat-
on.
I'm going to cast Fairy Fire right on the orb.
What is the spell casting level? It's 2?
It's Fairy Fire is only a first level spell.
It's only a first level spell. Okay, you cast Fairy Fire. There is no save for this because it's a sphere.
It's an
And when
inanimate object, yeah.
when you do, the sphere shudders. Anyone that wants to make an Arcana check.
15.
15,
12.
12,
17.
17.
My Arcana was crap, but my religion was 17.
Oh, religion. Okay,
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna
a
give
good
it to you. For Arcana, you immediately think, oh, the law of power. You just applied power. If you apply enough power, just like the things that you don't want to notice you will notice you, the things that you want to notice you might notice you. With a religion check, at a 17, Scratch, you realize that that light is actively trying not to hear. Like, light is doing this, whatever she's doing with the beam, and she is trying to tune you out. So between all of you, it seems like you need a lot of power, or a big wake up call. And speaking of wake up call, the door that's been pounding on starts to bend, and Theresa says, "They're here," and the door breaks open. And I would like everyone to roll initiative. Do 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 do.
7.
Okay,
Ooh, I beat Scratch.
17.
17.
rollies.
18.
16.
Okay, so it's Wall, then Peppy, Poppy,
Happy puppy.
and then who? It was a 7 for Drury.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it was a 4 or a 5 for Scratch.
4.
4. Okay.
There's a beholder here, right?
Yes. But don't worry, guys. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. I'm
Worry
going to tell you
about
how
that
this
guy.
is going to work. Okay. Because I am one of those guys that likes weird stuff. Weird encounters. Yargithil and Therasa are layer actions. They are going to go at each other. And also they will go at you because their legendary actions are going to interact with you, but their main attacks will not. Okay? So they can do their legendary actions, and their legendary actions might counter each other. Okay, so I'm going to be doing some like random rolling to see about that. But as they burst through, there are 3 corrupted that come through, and there's one set of white arms or white claws that pulls itself in. Okay, so right now there are 3 corrupted and 1 white arm, and also you are in the way between 2 colossal creatures. Although you clock that this gold dragon is not in her prime. Like, she has immense power, but she is not moving the same. Like, she can't fly, she can't do a bunch of things. So they're going to be taking their hit points down and probably hitting you with stuff by accident. For example, you know right now that if this dragon breathes its breath weapon, you guys are fucked. So this dragon is likely not going to breathe its breath weapon because there are good people here. There is also a layer action that's going to happen at the bottom of the order, okay, at the last thing. And that layer action is from light. Okay, we're going to use this power meter. And this is how it's going to work. She's going to be rolling a perception check, and she gets a -20 to the roll. Each round that happens adds 1, and each spell level adds its spell level.
Okay.
Okay. Each action, like if you take the attack action, that's also going to add 1, unless the action is directly toward light, and then it will be 2. So you could theoretically attack the sphere instead of your attackers. Okay. But right now she's at a -20 to hear you. And combat is going to begin with the lair action. Yes.
I would like to beseech the DM for one thing before we start.
Okay, go for it.
As this is happening, I did not get a chance to use one of my other infused items for the day. Can I slap enhanced defense on Wall's shield?
No, you may not. For 2
Thank
reasons.
You already did it, right?
No,
Oh.
he didn't.
Oh.
No, I get
He
3
put the
of them.
lantern on. There's 2 reasons for it. Number 1, I won't be able to hit Wall at all with anything if you give him enhanced defense. So I don't want that to happen because that's not very
fair.
fun. Number
That's
2, you think about it in the moment. So if you would like to try and do that mid-combat, I will allow it. But I think it takes time to do it.
Takes you gain. It doesn't say on my thing right here. So
What is
It's
Wall's
whatever-
AC?
It's like 22.
Right now it's 23.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't have allowed that, Jeff.
It's okay. There's going to be a whole lot of other
was-
things he's
I
going to
was
have to roll for.
specifically told to make something broken.
And
Oh.
I enjoyed it. I enjoy it. I just don't want it so broken that there's no chance for me to hit. Okay, so the first thing that happens is Yarkthil comes through the doorway, and those of you who had the frightened condition still have it. So you guys have disadvantage for attack rolls, right? That are directly against them, and you have to not get close. You can also,
Rolls as long as we can see him.
as long as you
against
can see him.
anybody.
At the end of your turns, you can try and save out of it. And then Tharasa just tackles this beholder, and there is a tangle of teeth and wings and eye stalks. But these are very large creatures. So the first thing we're going to do is give me a dexterity saving throw, all of you. I'm going to assume you guys are kind of still
Close
clumped together because we haven't had time to
Yeah,
spread apart.
now.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20,
15.
15.
17.
15.
Okay. Everybody passes. And so you all dive out of the way before you are crushed. Second action is Wall. You've got 2 behemoths fighting. There are 3 corrupted that just came in, and 1 thing of the spooky white claws.
Okay.
And they are probably 30 feet away.
So I understand that the point of this is not particularly to fight the beholder, right?
Well, we
That's
know
up,
that.
that's up to Wall.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is like things that the Warforged fought against, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go attack the beholder.
Okay.
Yeah, we're running right up to it.
Okay.
That's unfortunate. All right, I'll make 2 attacks. So the first one's going to be a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Okay. And the second one. The second one's a nat 20.
Oh my god. Well,
So we're doing that. We're starting strong.
Cut off an eye stalk. Cut off an eye stalk.
I would cut off an eye stalk if I wasn't a paladin. All right. So the first hit is just
And you gotta get a calculator.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
This-
Okay, so it's going to be 10 points of damage on the first hit. Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad, right?
Okay.
You have a calculator ready for the second hit?
I do.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 12 points of damage
Okay.
on the sword.
Okay.
And then 19 points of damage from the flame.
Okay.
And then we will smite, which I believe is 2d8 as a baseline, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody remind me how smite works. Where the hell is it? 2d8 plus 1d8 per spell level, so it'll be 48. Okay.
48 damage for 8?
8d8 with the crit.
Oh, 88. Okay.
Or 48 plus max. 20. Okay, so it's going to be 26 plus max of 48 is 32, so 26 plus 32.
Okay.
And that is the it for my 2 attacks as I bring the blade up. And
That is. I thought you guys were gonna have trouble, but no.
Well-
that you make broken stuff.
You-
Okay,
you
so
did
the
give me the-
okay, the beholder lets out a horrifying sound. You can't tell if it's screaming or joy. You can't really tell. It's a very alien thing. And an eye stalk flips at you, and roll a DC 16 dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 23.
23. It looks at you, and you've heard stories, and you maybe kind of remember fights like this, and you move, and as you do, a whole swath of stone next to you just evaporates
Disintegrate.
and is gone.
That's nice. Fuck you. You did.
Look.
I am in fact not done.
Oh, wow.
For,
Good work.
for a bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack with the Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
That's a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
What does your spiritual weapon look like?
Oh, that's a good question. It's just going to look like a massive fucking boulder. Just a big ass piece of rock. That's all it is. Yep. That's going to be 8 points of force damage.
Okay.
And now I'm done.
It looks really rough. And
Paladin crits are stupid.
Yeah. Only one at a time. Shoot, I wish I could do that again. Oh well, I play by the rules. When I remember them. Okay, Poppy, it is your turn. You have just seen one of the 2 paladins just rush into it, and that was 2 actions. So okay,
What was
right.
the total damage from that? Because most of it was
107.
Most of it was from the smite. Holy
It was
fuck.
100. It was 107.
I'm gonna clutch my pearls over here.
Level 6. Level 6.
Level 6.
I would like to look to either side. Do I see an object roughly 5 pounds? It could be a stone. It could be
Oh
a
yeah,
giant
there's plenty
ruby.
of rubble. There's plenty of rubble.
Yeah,
There
I
aren't
would
any
like
giant
to-
rubies. That would be pretty
damn,
rad, though.
Damn, that would be super
A
cool.
piece of beholder carapace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can be beholder carapace. There's a bunch of.
Sure, something about 5 pounds. I'm going to upcast it to second level, and I'm going to
Second
cast catapult, second level.
Woo.
I'm going to chuck a 10-pound object at the beholder.
At the beholder? Okay.
It's got to make a dexterity saving throw, please. DC 14. Is it currently grappled by the dragon?
No, they are.
Oh, did
Damn.
they like separate once they
Slugging
landed?
each other.
No, they're
Okay.
like moving around each other.
Okay.
mechanically they are kind of wrapped up in combat, but like it's like
Not
it
the
was more
status.
yes, it's non-status. Okay, that's a 16 on the die, so he's fine.
Okay. On a
What
failed
happens?
save, the object strikes the target and stops moving. When the object strikes something, the object and what it strikes each take 3d8. So it didn't strike it.
Yeah, it didn't
So
strike it.
it misses. But I did use a second level spell
Yeah.
slot.
Noted. I already marked it down.
All right, cool.
So as
I
you do
used-
that,
I used 4 levels of spell slots, by the way.
okay. Oh, you did. I forgot about that.
Why I did that? That's not.
That's actually now down to there. Okay. So what happens as you chuck this is the beholder's just gotten its ass tore open by Wall with a bunch of magic that it was not prepared for. So as you cast something, it turns its central eye to you, and your catapult would have hit, but it is immediately in the anti-magic cone and it falls lifeless down. But your aim was true. It would have gotten there. Next, the corrupted go, and they move 30 feet, but they don't actually go 30 feet. They go straight to Wall, even though I don't think they can hit him. It doesn't make sense for them not to. They're the closest. So there's 3 corrupted. They each make 2 attacks on Wall. Natural 1. 17. Ooh. 18 plus 4. 22?
No.
8. Natural 20.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, so natural 20, you take like nada. You take, oh, cool. You take 8 piercing damage, and you have to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
17?
17, you pass. And for its second attack, it doesn't even try to. So after it bites you and you feel that necrosis try and capture you, it tries to grab you and you just like pile drive it with your shield and you knock it back. The next turn is the layer action. It's the fight between Ixthil and Therasa.
That I am next to. So
that you are next to.
feel free.
Yeah. So the dragon tries to do a bite attack on the beholder and definitely hits, but roll a luck check to see if you're in the way.
11.
Odds or evens?
Oh,
Okay, well, we'll do it again. I'm going to call odds.
okay. 6.
6. You are not in the way. But yeah, okay. So the dragon grapples the beholder, holding it in place. But by doing that, the beholder then how many do I get? There are 3 eye rays. One targets you. Oh, I need to roll my d6. Where's my fun d6? Last one was really good. Make a DC Constitution 16.
24.
You pass. One goes to Drury. No, he hasn't done anything yet. One goes to Poppy. It's the same thing. Roll a DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
It's 15.
15. You are gonna get hit pretty hard here.
Is he within range of Scratch?
Yeah, Scratch hasn't moved yet, so we're all together.
That's a +2.
That's a +2.
Is that
You
right?
pass.
17.
17. Okay, you pass. And then the next one is gonna also go to Wall because he's such a pain.
That's fair.
Dick.
Another Constitution saving throw.
Oh, 14.
14. You are paralyzed for 1 minute.
Oh fuck!
Fuck.
Goodbye.
You're now locked in place. The cone of the beholder's eye is still trained on the party now. But it is completely grappled by Thrasa, and now it is Drury's turn.
I'm going to move my full 30 feet off to the side to try to get out of the vision of the beholder.
Okay.
But so that I'm still within, like 60 feet of everybody.
Okay.
Basically. And I'm going to use my action to awaken my spores and gain 24 temporary hit points.
That is a very smart thing to do, Mr. 27 hit points.
Yes, temporary hit points. How do I do that? It's temporary hit points. Here we go. 24.
A lot of temporary hit points.
That is a lot.
Okay. And what can I do for bonus action? No one's actually taken any damage yet, so I can't really do any bonus actions.
But not much.
Well, you've been paralyzed.
Yeah. Well, I took 8 points of damage.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm perfectly okay.
So that's going to be my turn. Just getting out of the way of everybody, and awakening my spores.
Okay. Okay. That's not a thing, but that'll work. Okay. Next up is the white arm. Oh, I forgot to do something, so I'm gonna go back and do it really quick. I need my D. Oh, I can't see. There we go. I need a D4. Okay, on a 1. Okay, nothing happened there. Okay. So the white arms are in the doorway and they jut out. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen a. I think they're called a feather star, or a sea feather or sea fan. That's what it is. A sea fan, where they're just like they look like feathers attached to a central node, and they are very graceful in the water. They look like they're attempting to fly. The white claws are like this, but they are not graceful. They're terrifying. And they're fast and long. The white claws move incredibly quickly, doing this bizarre reach and toss. They move around the beholder and over the dragon and attempt to attack our stationary friend. And
attack rolls against me have advantage.
Advantage.
And auto crit if they hit.
Okay. So the first thing that it does is it like let's see. Okay. It makes. Oh, these are not good, guys. It's gonna make 4 attacks against our friend. That has a +7 to hit, so 23.
Meter beat. Yep.
A 20 doesn't hit. Natural 17 will hit. Natural 19 will hit. So three
crits.
3 crits. And it is. This is a lot of damage. Hold on.
Yeah, probably dead.
Roll 3D. No. 2D8 times 8.
Stop it.
So, wait, no, I did the math wrong. Hold on. Ooh, I think it's gonna be close.
I'm pretty
Um,
sure I'm dead.
That first hit is 42 damage.
Yeah. I'm alive.
You're alive?
I'm
Okay.
alive.
So you are wow, that's awesome. Okay, that that did 42 damage. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I didn't do the +4. That's
Then I'm not alive.
That's 46 damage.
Yeah, I'm not alive.
Okay. That's 46 damage. And then it pulls like one of the arms, because there's 10 arms, pulls him in and holds him close. And that is its turn. Except now I have to roll a d4. And nothing happens. Okay. Scratch, it is your turn. Wall is unconscious in the arms of
Angel.
in the arms of an angel, in the arms of a white claw. The beholder is grappled by the dragon. Drury is protecting himself, and Poppy has tried to throw things at the beholder. Oh, I forgot. Oh no, I'm good.
All right. I am going to take a gamble here. How far am I from the orb?
You can get to it in your turn, because you guys were all around it.
I want to get to the orb. I want to cast Moonbeam on the orb.
Oh, whoa. Okay. What level is that?
It's a 2nd level spell.
Okay. Oops, I'm deleting.
A silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range.
Hey, go ahead and do damage for me too. It fails the saving throw.
That is 17 damage.
17 damage. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 more points for that.
And I think that's probably it for my actions. Let's see if I have any bonus actions. I will scream at it.
I'll give you a free action for that. I love it. You
Well, it's
shoot
a
the
bonus.
moonbeam, and you're like, you use your, basically it's the same thing as your draconic roar, except
Yeah.
not mechanically. You're just like, hey, wake up, lady. All right, and that takes us to the bottom of the order for
Well,
the last. Oh, unless you have more.
y'all have advantage on your attack rolls against it. now.
Great.
Against the orb.
All right.
Because you screamed at it.
I now have -7 to this roll. I need to beat a DC 15, and I'm rolling right now. And I rolled, it looked like a natural 1, but it was a 7. I don't know if I can show you guys.
7 minus
without-
7 is 0.
Is 0. So Light is still not paying attention, and the layer action goes back to the top. Everybody make a dexterity saving throw as a gargantuan monster and another monster go at it. Wall, you immediately fail and you lose one of your death saving throws.
Dope.
14.
14.
17.
17. I rolled like crap. Chris, you take 5 points of damage. Scratch, what did you get?
What am I doing?
Rolling a
Dex?
dexterity saving throw. As the dragons tussle.
22.
You're fine. Wall, it is your turn. Please make a death saving throw.
Oh, it's a 10.
Oh, good. 1 success, 1 failure. Poppy, it is your turn.
Okay. Boy. Choices. So if I do something to the orb, I have to wait all the way until the bottom of the round before there's a potential that it wakes up. Is that correct?
Indeed. It's bottom of the order. You also have a downed comrade.
Fuck.
We're chilling.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
So, okay, this is a rules question.
Okay, yeah.
Since he is now unconscious, does he remain paralyzed or does that fall off?
Status effects do not carry over, I believe.
I don't think they do. Yeah, I think that
it's just done.
he's out of the picture, so that effect is done. But that really reminds me, I forgot to use my legendary actions.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to do something incredibly fun.
All right,
I'm
I love
going to
it.
use my boots for my third time. So that's 3
You
charge.
can use your boots in here.
Yep.
All right, man.
Yep. I'm going to use my boots and I'm going to flash myself to wall and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
So you can totally do that because that's fucking rad. But you could get to him in your turn, I think. Oh wait, no, you're a little. No, you.
I'm
yeah,
a little
you could.
guy.
Yeah,
Oh no,
he's
you're a
at
little
the
guy.
orb.
You're a little guy.
But how much?
I'm still
like
I'm still expending. I'm doing it. I'm
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
it's,
gonna teleport
that's-
myself
that's way too
essentially
cool.
into the arms and fucking just bear hug him and cast it. I'm gonna bear hug his leg because he's 9 fucking foot tall
Okay.
and
You
scream
cast-
like a little bitch while I do it.
You casting Cure Wounds.
I am.
Would-
Let me see what we get here. It should be, let's see, 3d8 plus 3. Six. 17. It's 20 points.
20 points. Jesus Christ. That's really good for him because the corrupted were next, and I was just going to kill his character.
That's fair.
Okay, well, you're at least back up for a moment,
Hey,
Okay.
thanks.
and I'm attached to your leg.
So,
Yeah. We're
any,
just gonna
anything
leave it
else? You're gonna leave it there
Let me check my bonus actions here.
before you wreck your bonus actions.
I don't think I could probably cast 2 healing spells in one turn.
No,
You
not
can't
unless one of
cast
them is a
two.
cantrip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's first level.
Yeah.
So. Okay. Wait a minute. Is it? I'm pretty sure it is.
I don't think there's
No,
any
I'm
healing
good.
cantrips.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So the 3 corrupted see you right there and are going to attack you because the other thing's in the arms of a.
I'm
white
essentially
claw.
dead, fellas. So good luck.
Let's see. The corrupted
This is rough.
go. Oh my gosh, I roll like garbage. Does a 14 hit you?
Yep.
A 14 does? Okay.
Mhm.
The difference, just the massive.
Okay.
Fucking...
And an 18 and a 15.
Oh
and
yeah,
an
all those hit.
18 and a 15.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck,
1,
you're
2,
so
3,
dead.
4, 5, 6. Okay.
At least they weren't crits.
No, they're not
That's
crits,
true.
and they don't do a whole lot of damage.
Do you have to
I
make
have a
save
lot of
for
hit
each
points.
Yes, you do.
one? Oh, fuck.
What kind of save?
3, 4,
Oh
5,
fuck yeah, I'm fucked.
13, 7. Okay, wait, no, that's not right. 1, 4 hits, right? 2,
Yeah.
4. So that's 12. I didn't roll too well. So that's 15 points of damage, of piercing damage.
Okay.
And make 4. Oh wait, no, there's only 3 in here. Take away 4 points of damage. So how much would that be?
11.
11 points of damage and 3 DC 10 Constitution saving throws.
DC 10 con save. All right. That one is an 18 on the die. That one is a 17 on the die. That one is a 9 on the die, and my con is 0. I failed 1.
You are right next to Wall, and he is awake.
Oh yeah, you woke him up, so you get
Yeah.
+4 to that.
Oh, then yes, I am awake.
You
I'm good,
are,
whatever that means.
you are not corrupted.
There you go.
And then
Maybe you should have killed Wall.
one last thing I should do. Okay, nope, they don't warm up. And then, oh, cool. Another corrupted comes through the door. Now there are 4. Hey, that rhymed.
Good.
And now it is the layer action. Actually, I'm gonna do a beholder thing. They are going to do seeing that Wall has woken up. They are going to aim another eye beam at him, and it is another Constitution saving throw, DC 16.
Oh, come on, Wall.
Okay, that's a 16 on the die for.
Okay, meet it, beat it.
Yeah,
you feel you feel like this surge of like it feels like your circuits are going to be just corroded and destroyed, but the feeling passes since you're so close to our good friend Light. And then
I don't know why this guy's so upset.
and then let me see something. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that kind of makes sense. Everybody make another DC. Or I'm sorry. Make another dexterity saving throw as the beholder gets out of the grip of the dragon, and there's more thrashing about. Oh, Wall, you are restrained.
No.
Yeah. 5.
9.
Everybody that got less than. Where am I putting all my stuff? Everyone that get less than 15 takes only 8 damage.
Okay.
I failed.
Yes.
You take 8 damage.
Yay.
It is crushing damage. There we go.
Crashing.
And now it is Drury's turn.
Hold on, it's not registering. There we go.
Attack the
Okay, Drury is. Drury has a choice to make. Drury is going to start waving his arms in a circle above his head and is going to cast Call Lightning, 3rd level spell. And a lightning bolt is going to shoot down to the ground. So are all like the 3 corrupted that we're attacking, are they all like clumped together pretty much?
They're clumped together, but the one that just came in is at the door.
Okay. I'm going to have the lightning bolt strike so that it's within 5 feet of all 3 corrupted, but not within 5 feet of any of my allies.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be right at their backs.
Yeah, basically. So they all have to make a dexterity saving throw, I believe it is.
Not their strong suit. Let's see. What do they need to beat? Oh, that guy did. That's a dirty 20. That is an 8. And that is an 8.
Okay, they had to beat a 15.
Okay, one of them beat it. The other 2 did not.
Okay, so the 2 that did not beat it take 17 points of damage each. And
Okay.
the one that beat it takes 8 points of damage.
Okay. They all fall. And then oh, sorry, I'm using the wrong thing. DC 15. Nope. They all stay down.
Cool.
There's now only one corrupted in here.
And I'm going to use my movement to try to move even farther away from this fight, since I'm still scared of the beholder. And at the end of my turn, I'm going to try to make a save to stop being scared. What am I? The save
DC 16.
On
it's charisma.
what skill? Charisma. Oh, I have a horrible charisma. Oh, 17.
You win.
I'm no longer scared. The lightning jolted me out of it.
It is the
But I'm
white.
still moving further away because it's
Yep.
fucking nuts in here.
That's fucking nuts. Okay,
There's
the
fucking nuts in here.
Yeah.
It's the White Arm's turn. Oh, I shouldn't have been looking at Wall and Poppy. I should have been looking at you to cancel out that magic. Guys, I'm still learning about how to DM. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I got fucked up.
Yeah, but
I
coulda
got
canceled that.
wrecked.
I could have canceled that. Okay. At the end of your turn, another eye stalk is going to go for wall, make another Constitution saving throw. Keep rolling the exact same
Christ.
thing.
Goddamn.
18.
18.
Somebody kill this bitch.
Thank fuck
The-
for aura, dude.
So the dragon has had enough of this and uses one of its legendary actions to throw the beholder against a wall. I'm going to do a strength,
Awesome.
a contest, a
Yes.
strength contest here.
That's our friend.
Oh my god, the dragon rolled a natural 7. The beholder rolled a natural 8, but the dragon is way stronger than the beholder.
Yeah.
So it throws it against the wall. It does. Oh, that's not bad. A non-trivial amount of damage to this thing, which is already looking really hurt.
When I cast Call Lightning, the fairy fire that was around the orb vanishes.
Noted. Thank you. And then, yeah, the beholder is now against the opposite wall, away from the dragon, but is not facing anybody at this time. And now it
How's
is
the beholder looking, by the way?
really rough, quite rough. Thanks to you. So now it's the white arms and then Scratch. The white arms are going to do one attack with advantage on wall. That is a 23.
23 hits?
Okay. And that is
Not more than 20. Not more than 20.
2, 6. That's 12 points of damage.
Yes,
Oh.
you got it.
What? It's 12 points of 12 points of
I
damage
took
and you're
8
down?
because I failed the dex save.
Oh, so you're down again. And then, Poppy, you are in reach. So it's going to attack you.
Sweet.
I don't know why I rolled with advantage, so I'm not going to take either of those because he doesn't have advantage on you. But the first one's a natural 19. The second one is a 7.
7 does not hit.
The third one is a natural 18.
2 out of the 3.
So you take 8, 12, 17, 20, 32 damage.
And I am out.
Okay, so now there's 2 people out right next to the white claws, and it is Scratch's turn. Oh, and I need to do this. 3. Nothing happens. Great. Okay. No new white claws. Scratch, it's all up to you.
Yeah. Shit.
Time. This is going well.
Well, so Moonbeam procs again.
It procs again. Do the damage for it.
Oh yeah.
Another 15 points of damage.
Nice.
Does it appear to be doing anything?
The orb is like almost translucent at this point. Just on a mechanical level, you guys have gotten the -20 down to a -1. And
Okay, so it's doing something. All right. I will use my action to, on Roach, kind of do a little bit of a U-turn and lance the orb with my magic lance.
Oh, that's right. This is War's Lance.
War's
right?
Lance. War blessed lance.
Okay. Do your attack roll for me.
16.
16. Okay. Put that at 3. And do your damage. It's divided by 5. Yeah.
It's only 5, but I will then bonus action smite.
Yeah, toss it in there.
I guess I'll do 2nd level branding smite. I don't know which smites to do.
You could just use your divine
Yeah.
smite.
That one's a free
Yeah, divine
action.
smite.
Divine smite is a free action.
Yeah.
When you hit something, you can pump a divine smite into it. It's not broken.
And it's radiant.
Are any of the other smites better?
They
So
all
you
do
can-
different things.
You can do them
Yeah.
differently, but you are supposed to specify if you're going to use.
Just the other ones you're supposed to cast before you hit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Divine
Then
smite
I'll-
you specify after you hit.
Fine, then I'll just do that. But can I do it at a 2nd level?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 3d8 instead of 2, right?
48. Because it
48.
starts at 2d8 and gains 1 for each spell slot.
Is
But he's doing
on
it too.
my-
Oh, I see.
I think.
No, wait, no. If he's
No, it's 3d8. You're right.
it's 3d8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you hit with a melee weapon, you can expend 1 spell slot, deal 3d8. Okay, that's what I'll do then. Spell. I'll just do it myself. A 2nd level, that is an additional 9 points of damage.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the end of my turn.
When you blast this orb with like radiant energy, the very ailing beholder clocks it and uses a legendary action to shoot an eye beam at you.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
Never mind, didn't make a difference.
Okay.
I needed to roll with advantage on my attack.
Oh, that's okay. But the DC 16 saving throw.
From me?
Yeah.
What kind
What?
of saving?
Dexterity.
Oh, dexterity. Oh, the shitty one. Fuck.
Yep, it's shitty. I was like, well,
18.
18. You pass anyway. You feel for a moment like time slows down around you, or maybe it speeds up. You feel like you're coated in honey, and then it just kind of like you muscle through it. And it is, if you're done, it is the next layer action. Thanks to all the stuff you did, I'm going to give a +8 to this roll. So they have a +8 to this roll. They need 15 to wake up. So if this is +8,
good.
they need a 7 or higher.
It's going to be a rough next round if it doesn't.
It was
For
a
real.
12.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a dirty 20. All right. This is going to be both good.
Oh, Drury
and-
hasn't gone yet.
Oh, Drury hasn't gone yet? Did I skip you?
Yeah, he goes
It's a
after
layer
the-
action, and then and then he goes after the
Oh, wait,
layer.
no, he
What?
goes right before Scratch. You're right.
He
Never
did.
mind.
Yeah, he did the lightning. He did the lightning.
He did the lightning. Got
He
that.
called the lightning, which is good. All right. So
Killed all them corrupted.
Scratch is screaming and thrusts this divine power into the sphere, and the sphere cracks. And what Light sees is the little pinprick open wide, and she hears the sounds of fighting. She notices that the dragon is still with her. She can feel all the corrupted around, but most importantly, she connects with the fact that there's a warforged there. And through the conduit of the warforged, even though they are incapacitated, they know that 2 of their compatriots are awake and alive. And unlike when War woke up and the vessel she was in just disintegrated and her form emerged, this explodes. Sirius, you're knocked back 10 feet, and you're prone. Everybody make a...
conscious.
I know, you guys are going to fail immediately. The two people that fail lose a... you lose a death saving throw. Everybody else make a... I'm going to call this one...
Already got it filled in for you
Yep.
right there.
A wisdom saving throw, DC
Wisdom.
16.
Nope. No beans.
Okay. You take 12 radiant
no,
damage.
I failed.
You also take 12 radiant damage.
12. I lose
Everything,
all my temporary hit points.
everything in here takes 12 radiant damage. And then before you, all as before, is a god. And the god's action is to target the beholder, which that's easy. Thanks to all of your efforts, the beholder only has 20 hit points left between that and the
Nice.
dragon, and the god can't do less than that in damage when it wants to. And the other things are like, let's see if the white arms can withstand it. Oh, it does. The corrupted does not. Okay, so the corrupted is just obliterated in the side of this god. The white arms crumple and tear apart, and there's one arm left moving, and it's trying to crawl out the door. And before you is our good friend. I'm not going to be mean. I'm going to take us out of initiative, and Light is going to give everybody 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 29 hit points in her countenance.
Dope.
I get 1 hit point back then. Because I had gone through all of my temporary hit points plus 1 regular hit point in that battle.
How often can you do that?
I use one of my wild shapes to do that, so I can do it twice.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Okay, so something happens here, unlike what has happened with every other god. Normally, a god stays and talks with you, but anyone that wants to, make an insight check.
As we wake up.
I wake up from death.
Yeah. 15.
12.
11.
17.
17. Wall and Poppy, Wall, you know this because you have that kind of vague, distant memory of the gods. Poppy, you clock this, but you clock it in a different way. Like, Scratch is the only one who's been in the presence of a god and gotten his ass kicked just because he was next to one, right? Nobody else has had that happen before. But Poppy, when light comes forth, it's just an outline of a humanoid shape, just glowing and floating, and it almost has a countenance of being sorry it's there. Wall, you know that light is a lot like life and has no desire to be next to anyone who is going to feel any destructive force from her. And as you all gain your hit points back and stand up, she just leaves. And by leave, I mean she shoots straight through the ceiling above you, destroying it, cracking it open and blowing the debris away from where you are. And she shoots straight through the clouds. And in a moment, the clouds part, and you have to shield your eyes from the brightness of the sun.
Whoa.
Rash sky ain't darkening no more. Woo-ha!
Yeah.
And we are going to call it there. You guys, it's a little bit late,
Yeah,
but
it's pretty,
if you'd like to do a little denouement, I think you will have no trouble making your way through what is left over of the corrupted with a dragon in tow.
Oh,
And
we're bringing the dragon back with us.
Yes. Fuck
I
yes.
apologize to the dragon for not having greater restoration. I'm not powerful enough for that yet. Otherwise, I would petrify her.
well, now there is the once queen of dragons that lives in or around Camp Alpha.
Could we make a quick canon change on the way back? I would like to get amongst my peers and be like, hey, I kind of chose an interesting name for camp. What do you all think about just renaming it to, this Rasa?
Camp this Russia. Yeah.
Yeah, I think camp is great. Sorry.
Well, thank you for hanging out with me and hopefully having fun. I bit off a lot to chew, and I may have missed some ways to kill you, but I got 2 of you down. And
I was
pretty
close.
actually.
I was
close.
pretty
Some
sure
failed
I
death
was done
saves there.
for.
To be fair, after what happened, I was like, it's fair. It's fair. This character should be dead.
well, honestly, if you all, I didn't even think about that, but if you all ganged up on the beholder, you could have destroyed it. I didn't even think of that.
On my next turn, I was going to lightning bolt it again.
It would have died.
I was seriously
Hit.
considering switching tactics because it seemed like if we split our tactics, it was going to be harder than if we just focused on one thing or the other.
But I thought it was fun. Thanks for letting me experiment, guys, and thanks for letting me
Yeah,
DM
that's
with you.
It was fun. Yeah.
Great time.
Good job. Now
Oh,
go,
we should probably play it out.
Thanks everybody for playing. It's me, Hector Leguizamo, and this is my actual real life voice. I have been your dungeon master, and I would like to reintroduce the cast. If you would like to say goodbye and all that good stuff, and be sure to check me out in that first John Wick movie. I was really good as the chop shop owner, and I have done many things like Spawn and also other movies. Hector Leguizamo.
Hector.
Beautiful.
His name's John Leguizamo, isn't it?
You can tell I know what I'm talking about. I'm about to be
gonna
sued
say,
and
I've never heard of
potentially
Hector.
murdered.
Andy.
Hey,
It's all
I'm
up to you.
Dakota or Shiro or Andy, and I have played Wall. This may be the last time we ever play this character. It was great. It was great. It was great.
Poppy.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Poppy or Dragons here. Thanks so much for watching us tonight, and great job, guys. We let light loose.
Josh, you seem tired.
I am very tired. I don't know
I can cuddle
why. I just want to give our audience a little piece of advice. Today I put myself out there just a little bit, and it paid off at work. And sometimes that is all you got to do. So do that.
And Christopher, yes.
Well, a time was had.
Yeah, fucking true. Let's just hit the outro,
Bingo.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another Vibe Tribe production. What's gonna happen next time? Well, you're gonna have to tune in to find out. But until then, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, and as always, make sure that you keep the good times rolling. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.